Welcome, Kalle Lundahl, to Alexander Technique. 43 of the series. Welcome you all. We experimentation in the Alexander Technique. Down in the basement, down in the...
January the 3rd, 2024.
Yes. Maybe, Kalle, you can do... There is a position called the position of mechanical advantage, where it's easier to acquire a sort of sense of the joints, especially the hip joint and the atlanto-occipital joint, and achieve the freedom. It's easier.
It's also called monkey.
Monkey, yeah.
Not donkey, but
monkey, yeah. Probably some connection to mechanical advantage.
indeed.
And check for freedom. Do this with humor. And laughter is also a check for that you are free over the chest. So if you can make laugh freely, ha ha.
Do you know who has the best laughter? Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy. It's very good, Kalle. Very good. It's impossible to laugh when you are too tense. So a laughter should come naturally in conversation every 1 or 2 minutes. In 42, we listened to the young people in the next room, and we heard laughter simultaneously, sort of spicing up the conversation. It is not a supplement, it's a sine qua non for intellectual activity. Alexander and Iain McGilchrist have many things in common, and one is the preference of consciousness. That consciousness has an integral part in our existence, or where we go with our lives. Primary control is the absolute necessity to have a free will. Without it, you will be slave to your reactions, maybe not even yours. So I often check for freedom here in the neck, be able to nod. You can think of a little ladybug, a very small animal, could be an ant if you prefer that to a ladybug. And you lengthen here, and you think that the head sort of spirals. This is taken from Raymond. Dart. He also made the dart procedures, which is actually constructive rest. Lying on the floor, we could do this one time, constructive rest, with a book under the nape of your head, exactly where the head ends, or the skull ends here. It will draw a little bit and make it easier to understand the spiral directedness. Very good. There's a directedness in the spiral, made of coincidentia contraria, as Iain McGilchrist calls it. We highly recommend that you listen in on our readings of Iain McGilchrist, where we read chapter 23 of his book, The Matter with Things. Very nice, elongated. You're very tall now. You can keep your head maybe this way if it's okay. And if there is anything that caught your interest, do look at it. And come up a bit, like an accordion. Come down a bit also, yeah. So you see here, yeah. So what I'm sensing now when holding my hands on the back here It's more life. It's livelier now. When the body wakes up, we get sensitive to different sensations, and it can actually be felt. You can observe loads of different things from the body. Spiral forward, even when you go back. Oh yeah, exactly. That's the ticket. That's just fantastic. So even when we go back, he spirals forward. That is definitely contradictory. This is a way of entering the right hemisphere, which is a completely different mode of being. I will put that here. RH. The right hemisphere is inclusive. It understands space and time, not as point-like figures, but as actual spaciousness. And when you have spaciousness, you're spiraling out and you become larger, taller, wider, broader. You get more of everything. Così fan tutti. Things for everyone. That's what it means, does it? Or così fan tutti?
No, everybody does that.
Everybody does it.
Those like that.
Well, we should do as we own, please. This is more that. Così fan tutti. Yes, and he goes up, and he goes up, and he goes up. The accordion blows out. Oh, that's a nice freedom. That's a very nice freedom. Think a direction with the knees going forward so you can ease that. Yeah. So you have that freedom in the knees as well. Very good. This is the reawakening of the soul/body. It comes to life once more. You're more than welcome to go the whole way up and do whatever activity that you and Padre Pio wants to do.
We will do the moon greeting.
The moon greeting.
Shantua maska.
Expand. Think that there is more space between the shoulder blades.
This is a variant of the donkey.
So you're finding out more of the joints
Yes.
and the primary control, which I've written on the whiteboard, it's the one that opens up both the body and the spirit. It's the free will. I'd say the more balance you achieve there, which is endless, the more free will you have. It's nicely directed in both the down and the up, and think spirals in both ends. Could actually be a spiral opening here going up, and once more we have a contradiction here. That spiral goes that way and the other one goes down, but it's still working. Coincidencia contraria.
Or as Niels Bohr said, contraria sunt complementa.
Exactly, from quantum mechanics, which is the only accurate description or depiction of the world. Very good. When you laugh, you check for freedom. And I'm in the belief that laughter can actually induce more liberty, more freedom. Yeah. Let's see here. Little.
I guess you are right. I forgot.
No worries. My God, no.
And those two.
And now you get the shoulders into the action as well. So the shoulders, this widening over here brings in the shoulders, and you get less of tension in the elbow joint as well, opening up for more freedom. Looking good.
Spiral, spiral, spiral.
Spirals everywhere, and there's one unitary spirals with all the spirals going in different directions.
Welcome.
Now we found Kalle in a squat. In the squat, the back is normally and healthy and elongated. So do try this at home as well, and it could take some little practice before your ligaments in your feet are long enough so you can comfortably sit like this. But it is also a variety of the monkey, the position of mechanical advantage. And we check also here for freedom that the neck is nicely poised. Yes, there you go. and elongate here. Keep that upwardness going up, 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 up. So even if you go down, the upwardness is still working. So I'm going down now. I'm going to do the ending thing here. So even if I go down, it's up, 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 up in the direction. And that will feel contradictory. But once you find the hip joint and you find this nice head balance, it becomes easier. And bring a laughter if you can in that position. Laughter is often the checkup that you didn't put in tension over the chest.
Eddie Murphy laughter.
Seriousness is the opposition in thinking. The other one that we follow here is Iain McGilchrist. Mm-hmm. The great neurologist, psychiatrist, who only 2 years ago, I think, produced the largest book ever made. Uh-huh. And he shows that seriousness is a rather new thing. There's no hint of seriousness and its cousin, boredom, until the 18th century.
Ah, interesting.
In the 18th century, you have all the romantic suicides. You could open the glass door a little bit, put a chair there to get some fresh air. Fresh air! Because this is a bunker.
It's a bunker. It is actually, what is it called?
World War II bunker.
World War II, no, it's actually the Cold War. So you think a direction here, and you can, yeah, is that okay?
Yes.
So you open up your elbow and you think a spiral going up. Yes. So you don't overtense here. Yeah, it's much better. It's a difficult thing. You want to keep the arm up, but you don't want to lock your elbow or your wrist. Big investigation in the UK. 95% of people working with the mouse, they lock their elbows and their wrist. And that will always cause harm. That's unavoidable.
Spiral.
You spiral up nicely, keep the laughter and the smile. Think of Father Pio.
The flying monk.
Vad hette han? Utdrivaren i katolska kyrkan.
Jag kommer inte ihåg. Jag har den här. Oh my God, I don't remember.
Mortius.
Something like that, yeah.
So in World War II, Padre Pio was living in Italy, and he promised the inhabitants in his city, San Rotondo.
Yeah, have a chat there and continue.
That
Freedom.
Americans were advancing from the south, and Americans had decided to bomb San Rotondo because the Germans had left ammunition near San Rotondo. But Padre Pio said to the inhabitants,
so keep their freedom. Don't. When you start talking, you can start with a spiral. So it's like, compare when I start talking. I can start. Padre Pio. Oh.
They're flying. He's flying up. Jum. So Padre Pio told the inhabitants, no worry, nobody will bomb the city.
So now we're reaching more into the right hemisphere. So you can still keep talking and doing it by expanding awareness, so you get this capacity of simultaneity, which is usually gone. I remember a couple of years ago, if I was supposed to do something, it was only that and nothing else. And do expand over the chest as well. Ha 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 ha.
I saw the Americans send bomb planes, and then the Americans saw a flying monk in the sky.
A flying monk.
A flying monk.
Oh,
Flying monk. A flying monk like
Doing
this.
fly up.
He was doing this in the air.
Ah, lovely.
This monk here.
So continue to spiral up, up, up. The spiral never ends. And you get this infinity of energy. Me and you are going to try and stand on one leg as well.
För min säkerhet.
I know. Like a storch I stand. Freedom and laughter.
Eddie Murphy. He's perhaps
Should I
more
be
obviously the funny.
concerned?
Oh yeah, nice. So what we want to achieve here is, by the spiral thinking a direction, you consciously control or direct your hands, and when you think in this direction, the tension in the elbow, in the wrist, and also the shoulders disappear. It's a sort of direction. Yeah, that's directed nicely. You have a nice width there over the chest. So continue to lengthen.
Lengthen.
Do not forget the ladybug.
Don't forget to put the hashtag Eddie Murphy.
I think he's copyrighted. I will
I
avoid
can
that.
write his name on the whiteboard after this. Do you think I look like Eddie Murphy?
Very good.
I need more tan, then I will look like Eddie Murphy. Chandra Namaskara.
Chandra Namaskar.
Moon greeting.
Yeah. See if you can go into the monkey and go into the chair as well. So if you turn around there,
Yes.
turn around.
Turn around.
Every now and then I have a little bit. Turn around. So keep your freedom here. And yeah, that was the little ladybug. So in the beginning he was standing a bit like this, exaggerated from my point of view. So you think of a little ladybug, nyckelpiga, and it drops just slightly, and that drop makes it possible for the head to go up. It's because how the joint is constructed. So now he can come up, and there's greater freedom here in this very important joint. So this is called primary control, because if you tense here, and that's minute tenses, it affects the rest of the whole body. We want some freedom there. And see if we can go into the monkey here. Just flex your knees a bit. And like that, yes. Very good. And you can follow with the head in the direction. Yes, yes, exactly. Very good. And I will now place the chair behind you. Trust me. Julia, can you testify that there's a chair behind him?
I testify.
She testifies.
You have to secure it.
She will even secure it. Yes. So, we check for the freedom here. And let's see if we can put you a bit forward there. Yeah. So the main idea, if you stand in this position of mechanical advantage, you will be naturally sitting on your sitting bones. Can you start feeling the sitting bones now?
Yes, indeed.
So I feel them through his hand here. I wouldn't call it tension, but it's not so slumped as before. It's not as over-relaxed. Usually when we're sitting, we over-relax. We listen, slump together. And that is a combination of tension. Usually here, over here. That makes a out of breath almost. And there could be tension. Usually our tension in the knees and in the feet.
So the Japanese sit on the sitting bones, but how are the Indians? Do all Indians sit on the sitting bones?
When I was there, they were still doing it. Most of them. But if you're sitting on the floor or not using chair, because the chair is an incitement to lose the sitting bone, actually, oddly enough. Especially if you have a back of like a support. You're tricked to using the support, and some chairs are rather devilish because they point backwards and they sort of encourage you to collapse, become an S. This way, if you practice this maybe half an hour every day, you will develop your postural muscles, and they take no effort. So you can stand for ages, and you can also sit without feeling that you have to stretch like this, which is very common. So how does this feel for you?
Excellent.
So keep your freedom here. I know this is the end of the day, not at the end of the time. Could you draw in your feet quite a bit? So in that direction, under the chair.
Yes.
Like that, and keep that ladybug little bit, only maybe, let's say it weighs 5 grams. I think that's an exaggeration. I have no idea what the ladybug weighs.
Not 5 grams.
No, it wouldn't be 5, would it?
A quarter of a gram. Maybe.
Yeah, a quarter of a gram.
Maybe less even.
So you can, yeah, look at that. That's so nice. So could you do the opposite for me now? Go down again in the same way you came down. And you, yeah, that is so. Now you're sitting on your sitting bones. Because when I move him, he moves all the way down to the sitting bones. That is also where the hip joint is. It's actually down here. Everybody thinks it's here, but here it is. This is why you can see this weird bend in East Asia, Korean bend to bow. Very good. Look at that. And your shoulders were much more engaged. He had almost frozen shoulders in the beginning, like 40 episodes ago. And that could actually amount to that the shoulders, they glued together, and in the end they had to be forcibly, by surgery, taken apart. a friend of mine who suffered from frozen shoulders. She didn't move her shoulders at all for many years. Put your feet in a bit, under the chair, that direction, yeah. Come up again. Yeah. Up. Yeah, very good. Excellent. This is just sheer fantastic. Can't even believe it. Now I guess if you see the measurement with the whiteboard, he is 2-3 centimeters taller than he was in the beginning. And how does that feel for you, Kalle?
Great!
Okay. Also in small words, it was okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Astonishing development in these short 40 episodes, 43. Thank you very much. Bye bye, Podder PU as well.